proximity is power. It is vitally important to put yourself in the proximity of very influential people, whether it's business people, whether it's clients, whether it's entrepreneurs that can help show you opportunities and guide you in the right direction. And that's one of the reasons why I created the Property Tycoons. We're back. I haven't had a video for a little while. It's been a bit hectic. It's been chaotic. I've been doing so much work. So we didn't have a video last week. We didn't have a coffee with Craig, and I felt really bad. Yesterday I was messing around on my cell phone and I came across a quote. And the quote basically said something along the lines of, if you talk about it, it's a dream. If you envision it, it becomes a goal. But only once you schedule it, does it become real. And I haven't scheduled a Coffee with Craig episode now for 2 weeks, so I thought I have to schedule this time to talk to you. The other day, I was having dinner with my parents, and my mom said to me, Craig, do you think that all the quotes that I used to write and put in your lunchbox made a difference in your life? She used to write motivational quotes. And now, I start all my videos with quotes. So it obviously did make a bit of a difference. Growing up, I used to have quotes all on my walls. What is the acronym for fear? False evidence appearing real. I had that stuck up on my wall for many, many years. So quotes obviously did make a big impact. And I think what's so interesting is subconsciously, we don't even realize what we're learning from the people around us. And it makes me think something that I speak about to my advisors on a regular basis is how important proximity is. Proximity is power. The people you spend time with, you learn their beliefs, you copy their body language, you start to embody what they do, and you start to believe the way they think, and then you go down their path. Last night, we had a mastermind group. We have a property mastermind called Property Tycoons. I developed it 2-3 years ago, and really what it was about saying, let's meet up with people with the same goals in life. We want to go invest in property, and we want to go get people that are really successful in property development, people that are successful in their property businesses, and bring them in as a guest to teach us. But also amongst us, we're going to be accountable to each other, create some goals, and become better property investors. And we were talking last night about getting some big commercial property developers to come speak to us because they're doing things without even realizing that they're doing it, and they don't even realize what they know. And it made me think, there's so much that I've learned about property, about business, that I just take for granted and expect everyone to know. And I think this is a great way for me to share my knowledge and teach people through my videos of what I've learned. But when I think about that proximity is power, it reminds me of what I've learned from Tony Robbins. I've learned a lot from that amazing man. I've been to some of his seminars. I've met him in Las Vegas back in 2015. I've been to many of his seminars. I've read his books. I've learned so much from him. And I thought, hey, maybe we should get Tony Robbins on the next episode of Coffee with Craig. Keep watching all the way to the end. If you haven't yet, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit subscribe, like this video, and we're going to learn from Tony Robbins as we go. So we obviously have to go drink some coffee because that's what we do. We drink coffee, we taste coffee, we talk about cool things, we learn something that's going to benefit our lives. And I thought would be really cool is the fact that to get Tony Robbins to come and chat on Coffee with Craig. So I contacted him, asked him to, oh, now it's beeping because the camera guy doesn't have his safety belt on, so it's going to beep the whole time. Hope you guys have enjoyed all the guests we've had on Coffee with Craig so far. I thought it'd be pretty awesome to get Tony Robbins to come and chat on Coffee with Craig and go taste some coffee at a cool little coffee shop up the road. So when I contacted him, I said, hey Tony, how about a cappuccino, enriching lives one cappuccino at a time? And he was a little bit busy to fly down to Cape Town, so he wanted to just do a Zoom meeting because now all these seminars are all virtual on Zoom. And I wasn't really keen for that. If he doesn't want to fly down to Cape Town to come and chat to you guys, you know, I thought next best thing might be just to share something that I've learned from him. So I thought in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you the 5 most important things that I've learned from Tony Robbins. I'm going to teach you in this video. I'm going to prioritize it that each one is going to get more and more important that can actually help you. Just stay to the end to make sure that you enjoy and you learn. Just finding out if we can sit and talk to you here and taste some cool coffee. So we went to a coffee shop, and it turns out it's a shop for coffee, not a coffee shop where you buy coffee machines and actual beans of coffee, which is pretty cool. Maybe we'll come back here another time. But we need to go get some proper cappuccinos. So let's go. So we had Wild Sprout. We finally found a place for us to grab coffee, not too far away from the office, where we can, as you can see, it's a really nice and cozy little place. There's some cool music playing inside. That's why we're out here, because we don't want YouTube to pick up the music. Otherwise, they're going to kick us off and ban us. So the first point that I want to get across, and for me, it's really important, something I've learned from Tony, is number one, proximity is power. It is vitally important to put yourself in the proximity of very influential people, whether it's business people, whether it's clients, whether it's entrepreneurs, that can help show you opportunities and guide you in the right direction. And that's one of the reasons why I created the Property Tycoons, so that we will be in proximity to very, very successful property developers. And that has made a big difference in myself, in my life, whether it's getting clients, whether it's becoming a better triathlete and putting myself around good professional triathletes. But number one in business, if you want to improve, proximity is power. The second point, and I think it's an interesting one, because the second point basically says you need to always be working on two businesses. So point two, work on two businesses. The first business you need to work on is the current business that you're in, and the second business is the business that you're becoming. Peter Drucker has said many times that business is two things. Business is made up out of marketing and innovation. And what's marketing? Marketing is sales. Everyone is selling themselves. And I made a video about it previously. Whatever you're doing, you're selling yourself. If you're on a date, you're selling yourself. If you're in an interview, you're selling yourself. Business is not about the product, it's not about the service. It is about selling yourself, selling your brand, and innovating. Now in COVID, with the pandemic, you have to innovate to stay alive. We are talking with cameras, we are talking through Zoom, we are talking so many different ways, because we have to innovate in this new exciting environment. Here with Coffee with Craig, we are educating and teaching people in a different way to what I've ever done before. I knew I wanted to teach people and help people, and we just so happen to be doing it now through camera. So point number one, proximity. Point number two, work on the current business and work on the business you're becoming. You have to, otherwise you're going to disappear like the dinosaurs. So let's go and get some coffee. So that leads me on to my third point that I've learned from Tony. The third thing is, if sales is everything, the best way to make sales is the transfer of energy. So for me, transfer of energy is transferring your passion, transferring your enthusiasm. It's not transferring how good a product is, what the benefits, the advantages of a product is, because people don't buy products, they buy people. So here at this coffee shop, yes, okay, great, the product is important, but if the barista is doing a good job and he's friendly and he knows me by name, I'm going to keep coming back, because if he's enthusiastic and he tells me about the coffee, because this is Truth Coffee. So if he tells me the background, the history, and he's enthusiastic about Truth Coffee and how the beans are made, it's going to make me so much more excited to come back and try them, because that's what sales is. It's about transferring the energy that you have, the passion you have, the enthusiasm you have from yourself onto the customer, onto the client. And that's what people buy more than anything else. Sales is the transfer of emotional states. Before we get on to point number 4, I'm gonna taste some of this coffee. Now, you might ask, why is the pattern on the coffee not great? Well, the baristas are using almond milk and they can't do as well of a job as opposed to normal dairy, normal cow's milk. So, let's see. Well, we'll come back to that. But anyway, point number 4, spending time looking after your energy. If sales is all about the transfer of energy, you have to look after your own energy. So what does that mean? You need to make sure you're looking after what you put into your body, whether it's fruit, whether it's vegetables, eating clean, whatever that means to you. You need to look after your energy. You need to exercise. I know for me, if I wake up in the morning and I go and exercise, I run or I cycle, I swim, I have more energy throughout that day. So many people think they're going to be tired after exercising, and most of the time, going and exercising gives you more energy. One of the Tony Robbins seminars I went to was 5 days of 16 hours of work a day. And when you think about that, you're probably going to think you're going to be really tired. But it was constructed in such a way that we built energy as we went on every single day, that you never got tired. You got more and more energy after each day, and each day built on each other. The more you do, the more you can do, the more you can handle. And I think that's so important because now, looking after your energy, you need to make sure you're looking after your health. Nowadays, looking after your mental health is a big thing, and we've got to look after our mental health in this crazy time of COVID, because one of the side effects of COVID is depression. So we need to maybe talk about that in another video. But the fourth point is all about looking after your energy. Looking back at this coffee, caffeine always gives me a nice little boost. Don't drink too much caffeine because that's not going to help your energy, because you're going to come crashing down. But this coffee is really good. Truth coffee. It's really, you can taste that rich roast of the bean that they use in this Truth coffee. I'm gonna score this bad boy. Well, let's wait and see. So point number 5, probably the most important point of the lot, whether you're an entrepreneur, a salesperson, a businessman, create raving fans. And that's what Wild Sprouts have done here for me today. They're busy closing up, but they've made me feel comfortable. They've allowed me to come in and film. They've allowed me to teach and speak to you on Coffee with Craig in a nice environment that I want to come back to, because they've made me feel good about myself. Create raving fans, because those raving fans are your best marketing, are your best salespeople. Word of mouth, going out there, talking about a business, a company, a salesperson on their behalf is what gets you enthusiastic to want to go and deal with that person. So I hope you've enjoyed these 5 points. I've learned so much from Tony Robbins, and these are just my 5 most important points. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, we will see you very soon. If you haven't yet, smash that like button, share this with a friend, share this with anyone that wants to learn and grow and become more knowledgeable in entrepreneurship, business, investing, you name it. We'll see you very soon. I'm out of here.